You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
Solidify!
You can't run! Leave it all to me. As a dutiful maid would. I missed a steady up.
Solidify!
Yeah! Punishment!
I will have order!
Riptide! No time to... Looks glorious in the snow. Pure white, like the light of the moon. A perfect backdrop for bloodshed. Yep.
I must leave. Judgment! You can't run! As a good knight should. Judgment!
Solidify!
You can't run! Shiver!
Order guide you!
You can run, but you can't hide. You bring it on.
Gather!
Judgment! As a dutiful maid would. Lights out.
This is order!
We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow.
No time. No time to lose.
Astro. Thank you for
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well, thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem...
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better...
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example, though it...
By the way, we have some good news. Sino got his position back!
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come to say hi to us?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate Sino? He didn't tell you?
Perhaps. Or, alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Sino does... You and Kale are both Sino's...
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. You see, some VIPs have come to the fore.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the NVIDIA.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. When they learned that Lesser Lord As a result, work has increased for the Forest Rangers.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission.
You've recovered well. You may go.
Yay! Will do!
there won't be any problems if the...
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for...
is a simple...
Oh, it'll be fine.
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon.
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all. You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste!
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the value. But indeed, we could.
Ooh, good idea.
You guys are so funny. There's really no need for that.
There's always a lot going on at the
Yeah. And Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were... if for some reason they didn't receive the letters?
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now.
When I wrote the letters, I heard that as for Sino, I'm not too sure about Rahman's whereabouts. My guess is that he's with Dia. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler. We haven't seen Al-Haytham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Al-Haytham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Al-Haytham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find, but you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him.
Oh? Who else was there?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe every...
No time to lose. I could get used to this.
Oh, Haytham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But
Just put down that worthless book and tell.
This is not just.
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority.
Oh. You sound.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the.
Why do I feel like you do?
What makes you say that?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Ah, you. See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first.
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Ugh. And don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia.
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance, which is truly unfortunate, I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about. Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru need?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices.
Huh? What non?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Zaino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to all Haytham of the academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole academia—
Kainari told us they all went to train in the NVIDIA forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kinda strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they...
Yes. Normally, new sage...
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my... The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
Huh? But... what?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said...
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the and the first thing I'll do is...
By the way...
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharwar scholars, which is exactly why he always had...
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how big...
All right, I'll see you there.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while.
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've...
Yeah!
That's right.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed...
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I'd already decided that I'd quit as soon as you recovered.
So what are you gonna do?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the...
Huh? But we literally just...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan, I guess I still get fired. Life is short. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also
Well, I remember...
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Al-Haytham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Al-Haytham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Al-Haytham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the Academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing!
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory.
I don't want to see you go, but...
I'm glad to hear you say, come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me.
Huh? But wait a second. You mean...
Well, no, not yet at least.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time?
Oh, did...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn, though. My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back...
Right, and...
So what it really sounds like?
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check up.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write.
Yes! She said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar. And will also be some...
Great!
I'll be sure to count me in, too. But is there some sort of dress...
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything...
All right, then this is how I'll show...
The feast will be held in 2 days, so...
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us...
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aruv. As for Rahman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him. Don't mention it. You'd better...
All right, It's been a while since we last visited Aru Village. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari...
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right?
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh!
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place, but you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you...
Roman!
Oh, you...
Oh, well...
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well.
Same here. Really, I feel that...
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go...
All right, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the...
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but...
I can...
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you...
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go. That is the true meaning of education and
the people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from?
You deserve these compliments.
Sataria's idea will bring much good.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the academia's grasp on you will become. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the academia.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert, and accompanied me here. My plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and Rahman.
You're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali. I believe the people will make good use of them.
That's exactly what the people here need.
Apart from this, the academia is also recruiting scholars that are... We must be persistent about this, and maintain...
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a... Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. I hope people with wisdom like that priest...
Enough about us.
No, not at all. Neither wanted to write to everyone, which a celebration feast will be at the feast. We'll also be celebrating, although...
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've...
Kanari was right. He really didn't know.
This feat...
It's rare to see that kind of
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a...
I'm afraid I won't be. The messages. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. You and the art you symbolize are... Please keep dancing.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party...
Got it. You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we? It's
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's...
Nah, there won't be any speeches.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's
Everything looks quite good.
wow. Paimon can't wait. Traveler to...
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone that came said that...
Ah, feels kinda nice to be...
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do...
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together. Moreover, judging...
Yeah. Everyone gave... It was almost like a perform. Everyone played their part.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanagi...
Yes! Even after being abandoned and neglected so many times. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanagi once... This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't...
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You...
Even if those two giants of the academia are here, those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord... If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns...
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanagi that you wish to have Azar and his
I respect our deity's decision while we're on this topic.
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're...
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some...
I did have my own motive. If the rules of our...
By that, you mean your life working as the...
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us in...
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the person.
You flatter me.
All right, then. How about you? You've already...
That's right.
Will you be happy with it?
It's not about being happy. There are...
Even so, keep your spirit...
Thank you.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is that happiness? Oh well.
Ah, there you are. Well, how is it? It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to... You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I can't explain...
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
My lady,
Yes, I also... What an amazing...
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that...
wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something, of course. Just... It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events. Although you've already helped me with a lot. Please say thank you to everyone for me. But if I just show up what if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also... Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar.
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the Traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Even if that meant placing without you, without any of you. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumer, people refer to you as the heroes. Please, allow me...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you...
Dinyarzad, the suffering you endure...
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's all...
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble.
I'm honored to...
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means... Alright, so she should be in the academy...
anything you... Is that where you're headed next? As far as I know.
Does their Archon personally judge?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, however, as Archon, she still reserves... Anyway, he's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a... I know you have many misgivings about him. Don't worry. In addition, his future will be determined... You mean, what happened after the doc? You guessed correctly. However, I'm sure you remember the end. In fact, I told him that the heavenly... I assumed that and at the exchange... After recent events, I've given it some thought. But this is definitely not a bad thing. The Akasha's centralized administration, although people may initially feel a little, and as for the former sages, I hope that the new six... The other big issue is I've already taken some measures. Are you sure? Huh? About your sister. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the...
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed. However, there must be something different about your sister.
What?
There is only one possible explanation.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria after the Conria disaster, but just as her journey...
What do you mean?
All I know for sure, and whoever it is.
But...
Something else I noticed was...
What's a descender?
Look, I'm sure you must be a very important part of Traveler. You.
Huh? So the Vatui count 3 other descenders before the Traveler? And his sister isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other descenders, I still need to... And yet, even knowing all this, there are many questions in my heart as well. And soon, I'm very if fate is the ultimate...
I'm unsure...
The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's an...
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but... about these descenders. for your sister.